Let's bring in Fox News contributor Kaylee McGee-White. Great to see you, Kaylee. So first off, I just want to clear up a little thing that Jamie Dimon said. Do liberals have big hearts?
No, absolutely not. Not according to the policies that they support. And let's take a look at Zohran Mamdani's support, sending in social workers to domestic abuse victims. Yeah, I'm sure battered New York women will really appreciate that when he sends a social worker to their door with a pamphlet on how whiteness is really the problem. And it seems every single week we learn about a new crazy policy from this guy. And what makes this even more remarkable is the fact that Democratic leaders are still attaching their sails to him rather than casting him back to the fringe. And part of the reason I think they're doing so is because they have a massive cultural problem for really the first time in decades, which is that they are losing the cultural battle among young adults. And think about it. If you're a young New Yorker, where are you looking to for Democratic representation and leadership? You're looking at Hakeem Jeffries, who is probably busy photoshopping a picture of himself as we speak. Or you're looking at Jerry Nadler, who can't see his own toes. Or you're looking at Chuck Schumer, who is about 3 years behind Joe Biden in the upcoming Democratic funeral procession. There's no representation for younger adults there. And none of these leaders seem interested in building up a new generation of political talent to pass the torch to. So what are young adults doing? They're picking their own representatives, people who are social media savvy and relatable, like Mamdani and AOC. And they just also happen to be the crazy people on the Democratic side of the aisle.
So will Barack Obama solve this problem for him?
No, I don't think so. You know, it's funny. I keep trying to figure out who's done more damage to Barack Obama's legacy, Donald Trump or Michelle Obama with her new miserable podcast. But either way, he's not much of a talent anymore, not at least among young adults my age.
Yeah, well, you left off Barack Obama. I think he probably did just as much damage to his own legacy as any of them. But, you know, there is a lesson in all of this, and I've heard you talk about this. You and I have talked about this before. There is a lesson here for Republicans when you have somebody like Mamdani out there talking about issues that young people care about and young people fall for it. What's that lesson?
Yeah, Mamdani was successful at touching on affordability in New York City, which is a big issue among Gen Zers my age. And the lesson here, I think, is actually one that Peter Thiel put very well, which is that people who do not have any investment in the capitalist system are more likely to turn against it. Right. It is just a fact that Gen Zers are struggling in this system. It's much more difficult for them to build families. It's much more difficult for them to become first-time home buyers. We have to make it easier for young adults to find a way to buy into the system so that they too want to preserve it.
And of course, nowhere is it more difficult for those young people to get a piece of the American dream than in places that are run by Democrats. It's not great anywhere for them, but it's infinitely worse in places like New York City. Kaylee McGee-White, thank you so much for joining.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.